Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today for our monthly memorial service. Please join us in prayer as we conduct the service. Reverend Yasuhiro Yano will be head officiant, and I, Edna Sensei, will also be officiant today. Thank you. Hai. Mediation Prayer, Page 2. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Yano Sensei, sincerely and wholeheartedly, each and every day. May we receive the mediation of Yano, with all our hearts and souls, on this day, this very moment. Yano Konko Daijin Sama, Yano Konko Daijin Sama, Yano Konko Daijin Sama, Yano Konko Daijin Sama. Purification Prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine Lord. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of God in our favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and your mercies from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami Prayer. Reverently we pray, the brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is the life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is the truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise the chief Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To dear Kami as divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many not know the way, or lost in the selfishness. It's a cycle of misfortunes, great and sorrow. Our founding father, Konko, suffered many trials in this world, but held out to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessings, and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine parent's great wish was fulfilled. Konko accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he held the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he did not coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and he did not the dawning of day. The change. He did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the secret Kenji Hakisuke, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and thus was over universally, establishing the way of long-term prosperity, the way of mediation of the Konko. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, pain of body and soul, the way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in our divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us, we are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of spiritual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray. Ichido K-Day. Please bow your heads in prayer.
Closing meeting message for the monthly Yano service. In the presence of Ikemi Konko Life, the life of Tenchi Kaino Kami. On behalf of the Konko Mission Wahiawa, I ask you, Yano, to say the following prayer. Together here, the monthly Yano service on this day, May 21st, 2023. With this service, we seek to honor and extend our sincere gratitude for the blessings we have enjoyed to this day, and pray for the spiritual fulfillment of the Mitama Spirits, for the people who have been affected to this church. It is a great honor to serve this church the last 46 years, along with the support of the people in the faith community. After succeeding the late Reverend Haruko who established this church as a branch church of Konko Mission in 1940. This year marks 83 years since this church was initiated. None of this would have been possible without your divine guidance, blessing, and support of many people. Truly appreciate the fortunate encounter in the twist of faith. We, the Reverend Haruko was sick through the encounter with the Reverend Kodama and Igo to become Konko members. We have been receiving divine blessings from the time of our ancestors into our descendants. We receive blessings for living and even after we pass away. In memory and respect toward our deceased ministers, family members, and friends, we pray that the virtue of Islamic Konko life, the life force in China country, enable the Mitama Spirit to be fulfilled and at peace, and the family members would be able to enjoy fulfilling lives. We continue to extend our prayers for the people of Hawaii as well the world that are experiencing difficult encounters in life. Yet life was stingy kind of coming. Please allow us to be of service to you in helping others. Our utmost expression of thanks for blessing we have been able to enjoy. Please let us help each other and guide people who live life inside through the virtue of Jai Konko life and the life of Tenchi kind of coming. And be known to the people that they can attain peace of mind. I pray that the blessed service is going to go in.
Now, please. 気道を吐いて、Recitation の天地書きつけ page 6。
池上金剛大臣天地金の神神に願えおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼み Pray sincerely with all your heart be one with Kami Kami's blessings begin within hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy Look to Kami always now and forever on this very day pray やりここ大臣天地金の神神に願えおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼み Pray sincerely with all your heart be one with Kami Kami's blessings begin within hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy Look to Kami always now and forever on this very day pray Adoration Prayer, page 7 We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We rise in prayer toward our rich and deep, living amid such gifts of Kami spirit giving. How happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Kami Konko Daiji does not stop for a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami beyond the power of Kami. Shintoku Sanji, page 29. 仰ぎ祭れば天高く仰ぎ祭れば天高く愚がみ祭れば地は厚し神の恵みに生かさるるびの幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の本当に過ぎ一人も隠る時のなく天地の神の御守り時近きの隔てなし会につくしみはよろずよぎあまねくみちて果てしなく感計らいはくすしくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日やび祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえ祭らん神の比例を仰ぎ祭らん喜怒拝礼
度入り。Mitama Prayer, page 12. Spirit of those who have gone before us, you are given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, according to your span of years. You will remember eternally. Your life will go from generation to generation, under the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami and the Konko faith, you are Wahiawa, representing the will of the divine current. You are my spirit, Mary, of faith, to take into the world beyond, and live to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. Revered as ancestral spirits of our home, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we can handle to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Okay, please bow your head, please.
まずい、皆さん、最新Mitama Spirits, the founding minister of Konko Mission Wahiawa, the Reverend Alto Takashi, the Reverend Masataro and Funyasaki of Konko Church of Omaki, Reverend Masayuki and Kikikodan, Reverend Masahiko Yoshino, the Konko Mission of Omaki, the Reverend Hidejiro and Toshi Kohosaka, the Konko Church of Kawanushi, and the Mitama Spirits, the people who have ever been guided and connected to the church and departed in the month of May. 清川高橋の御霊の神、浅井久吉野の御霊の神、佐伯江口の御霊の神、それに古城の御霊の神、秀代藤本の御霊の神、秀次郎保坂の御霊の神、吉子与野の御霊の神、広志勝間の御霊の神、高井矢野の御霊の神、アベリンのワールドの御霊の神、コーディ平本の御霊の神、グロリア八坂の御霊の神。With deepest reverence, we have gathered here today, May 20th of 2023, in observance of monthly renewal service, renewed remembrance, honor, appreciation, and praise of those who came before us and became the foundations of this place. On behalf of the Konko Mission Wahiawa and Yano, God said for him, Mitama Spirits, each of us has been brought into this world through the grace and love of the life of Tenchi Kaino Kami. From the moment of conception and throughout our lives, we have been immersed and fully saturated in your blessings. One day we will return to the spiritual food upon departing from our physical existence upon the Konko state. Those who are living between heaven and earth are blessed to the Tenchi Kaino Kami. Even after death, we shall also receive the blessing of Tenchi Kaino Kami. Whether we are living or dead, we must remember that heaven and earth will be our home. Such Konko line showed us the blessed relationship between life and death. And always remember that lesson of life force in transcend time, space, and place, and distance. I found Konko light related, the light that the sun shall cause is a divine blessing. The rain, the falls, and divine blessing as well. All humans are asked to live in the midst of divine blessings. People are born amid divine blessings, live amid divine blessings, die amid divine blessings. Through divine arrangement, you are being guided to the Konko office through brilliance and sincerity in pursuit of the teaching of profound Konko life. Being able to understand and appreciate the way of Konko through the work of divine mediation, again Konko life. We offer our humble respect and sincere gratitude for the work of Mitama, the deepest appreciation. We are gathered here to remember you in appreciation of your contributions to our lives in the past and present. We accept many offerings grateful for you and sincere presence of as tokens of our sincere thanks for your presence in our lives. We extend our prayers of thanks for your spiritual work as you help, guide, progress, comfort us in time of need. We extend our deep appreciation and heartfelt gratitude for numerous publishing of this church for the last 83 years. Yes, could that be possible? Thank you, God, for you. We pray that through your virtue, Mitama no Kai, the Konko peace, we pass on from generation to generation, and the true blessing of the faith will be here by many. Thank you again. Love you.
No, I love you. 一度入り祖先三時 page 36
よいよのおやわわが家の神はが神と心尽くしていつきまつらな心尽くしていつきまつらなちょうど君をやの神たちよ海の子のために家の橋を沈めたてたまい初子のために世のなりわいを守り助けたまい隠りよの見えぬ境にましませども見美しみの御心は写しよに変わらせたまわず先御霊のまさき草木はえたまにくし御霊のくしびに恵みたまい
しめたまいついにうすしよのことを得て神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまい身美しみをこむらしめたまわんものと神の実りの絶えなるおかしこみかたじけなみ親の恵みのおぼろげならぬおうれしみ喜びもすことをみ心もすずやかにきこしめしたまえと申す七くしびのみ親の御霊七くしびのみ親の御霊七と音のみ親の神七と音のみ親の神喜怒入りEveryone, let's read page 73 together. The Konko Faith Our Creed. We believe in Tenchi Kami, the divine parent of the universe, our founder Konko Daiji, embraced Kami's revelations and as divine mediator to answer the call to eternal initiation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami, today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service with Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. Respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity for spiritual fulfillment. again for being here today for our monthly memorial service. This past week was very busy. There were graduations, and my friend also got married. My friend, since I was in 4th grade, she got married. And no, the weather was the biggest concern for me because my friend's wedding was held outside. And that morning of her wedding, it said, flash flood warning for the islands of Kauai and Oahu. And when I looked at the satellite images, I see these big thick clouds like coming towards like the west side. I was like, oh no, that's like where the wedding's gonna be at. And I was praying so hard. But it rained a little bit in Wahiawa, but then it cleared up in Manili. So it was like right where the wedding was, it was like the clouds kind of a little bit, they parted a little bit and like some of the sun shone. I was like, wow, this is such a miracle. It's such an okage. And my friend, she's been to our church camps as well with her 2 nieces. Her name is Charlene. And I really believe that Kami-sama held the weather for her on her special day. She's such a special one. And also for the graduation held on Friday. So me and my parents, we attended the Kapolei High School graduation to congratulate friends and then on the graduation. Congratulations on high school graduation. But Clayton, my husband, he went to a different high school graduation. He went to Moanalua High School because he has several students, like 10 students, who he taught as like 2nd graders, and they have finally graduated. So he went to one, and they were held on the same day. It's like I wanted to go to several actually on the same day, but it's like, oh man, Bryce, man, we knew him since we were kids. But graduation traditions have returned to pre-COVID celebration levels, and it's just absolutely crazy madness, which I love. And I think Hawaii graduations are probably the best graduations in the whole world. I mean, there's no other graduation that can compare to Hawaii style graduation with the leis, with the amount of energy, with the amount of happiness and excitement. It's like, wow. Then my mom was like, wow, if our grandma in Japan saw it, she'd be like, wow. She'd be totally like surprised. Because Japanese graduation is like, everybody is so stoic. Everybody wearing like suits and stuff, and no smiling and no laughing and no cheering and no chee-hoo kind of thing, So I really love the Hawaii style graduation. As you may know, there was a senior from the Moanalua High School who passed away suddenly. And it was a really tragic death during her polo meet. And she passed away suddenly. And it was just days before her graduation. It was so sad. It was on the news. And when I read it, I was so sad and heartbroken for the family, for the individual, for her friends. They must have been like really excited because graduation's in a few days. They're probably preparing leis and gifts and everything, and for that to happen so tragically like that, it's like there's no words to help console, So Clayton, he attended the Moanalua High School graduation where the student passed away, and she was recognized during the ceremony, and her brother accepted the diploma in her place, and she was also a valedictorian. So many hopes and dreams, right? It's like, so sad. So many hopes and dreams were ahead of her. It was indeed a tragedy, and I feel so sorry for her family and loved ones. And they were all looking forward to this milestone, this graduation, and many, many other milestones up ahead, but it was just cut short like that. And it just saddened me, really. There's no words to express the sadness. And now I wonder what happens like to Mitama Spirits of people who die suddenly, because they don't even realize it happened. I wonder what happens. So it's all the more important to pray for people who have passed away. Remember them. Remember their legacy. Just remember them. Don't forget about them. Remember to pray for their spiritual salvation. I pray for that senior who passed away, that she can somehow, some way be saved for Mitama Spirit, and that she can still continue to receive blessings even as a Mitama Spirit. And I also also pray for the family during this most difficult time in their entire lives. And today is a monthly memorial service. Let's extend a prayer for her as well. And just a couple of days ago, I was randomly watching a YouTube that my parents were watching as well. And you know, they watch these Japanese YouTube programs, and I was like, oh, like I usually don't care what they're watching, but a couple of days ago I was like, I wonder what they're watching. So I just sat on the couch and I was watching this program, and it was a short documentary about this memorial tradition, an Okinawan memorial tradition called Shimi. Do you know about that? Do you know about Shimi? I didn't know about that. It's a tradition that's held usually in the first week of April and in the toward the beginning of May. So it's like almost like a month-long function. And basically the family gather at the grave sites. They put up their tent, a blue tarp, and they have a picnic. They gather all their friends and relatives, and they all have a good time, a nice picnic at the graveyard. So the reporter had a picture of the graves in Tokyo and showed it to like the kids and the people in Okinawa, and they said, here are the graves in Tokyo, and the kids were like, oh my god, that's so tiny. And like the graves in Tokyo are pretty nice size. They're about like this tall, like some are taller, and it's like a little castle almost. But in comparison to the Okinawan graves, it's like, they say that's small, that's nothing. Because Okinawan graves, have you seen an Okinawan grave? Did you know that they're huge? They are like 10 by 20 feet. It's like the grave itself that holds the urns is about 10 by 10 feet. And they have another 10 by 10 feet area where a family can put out their tarps and have barbecues. So it's like a 10 by 20 feet area for one family grave. And in comparison to the Tokyo grave, it was huge. So the young ones in the family, they come first. They select a date during the Shimi period, and they clean up the grave area. They tidy it up. They wipe down the headstones. And then a little while later, the elders come. They bring the incense, the flowers, the food offerings. And they also burn this fake money. It's called fake, like spiritual, I don't want to call it fake money, but it's like spiritual money. And they sell it in stacks. They even sell it at the general store. And you burn that at the gravesite. And that's like depositing money into their ATM account of the spiritual world. So like if you want them to be millionaires in the spiritual world, you burn, I don't know how many stacks of uchikabi, it's called. And it was like, wow, so special to watch it. I was like, if I was a Mitama Spirit, I would be so happy if I was an Okinawan. They interviewed children, and the children said, I would skip practice for Shimi. They interviewed the teenagers, and the reporter was like, which is more important, Shimi or your boyfriend? And she's like, Shimi, of course. Forget my boyfriend. They interviewed the regular adults, and adults was, Shimi is equivalent to being at Disneyland. They have so much fun. They even play bingo. They even set up a barbecue grill. It was like, just like Hawaii. You know, sometimes you go to like Mililani mortuary, cemetery, and you see people on Memorial Day setting up their tents and having a picnic. It was just like that. It was amazing. And the food they eat was just like Hawaii too. Had a kamaboko and like the tamagoyaki. It was fried chicken. Had a bucket of KFC. They were drinking beer. They were singing. Had a sanshin, singing. And man, it was so amazing. They interviewed this one man, and he said, "Oh yeah, there was this one year where he had a badminton meet during the Shimi for their family." And he said, "Oh, my badminton meet is more important today, so I'm going to skip Shimi, I'm going to go to badminton." And he said he knocked out a tooth that day. He totally regretted it. He was like, oh my gosh, from that day, I was like, I'm never going to skip another Shimi ever again. And the elders, they interviewed the elders, and they said during doing the Shimi, it maintains the prosperity of our family from generations to generations. They're able to maintain perfect health. They don't ever go to the doctors, and they receive blessings every day. So this is our little need of keeping our ancestors informed. And it's just like, oh, I got kind of teary-eyed. I was like, dang, this is such a wonderful tradition. It's kind of like how the Mexicans practice the Day of the Dead, and they offer food and memories and just keep their deceased family members, friends in their hearts. And by doing that in the Konkokyo tradition and other traditions as well, by remembering the people who passed away, you are keeping them immortal. We may never be immortal in our physical form. We'll eventually die. We won't live past like 20 years, but we can live forever and ever if there are people that are there to remember us that are alive yet for years and years to come. Just keeping them in our thoughts, in our memories, in our prayers daily. Not only on Memorial Day, but remember them daily. And they will be there to watch over you daily. And just gotta keep giving thanks to them for their protection and guidance and their love. Yes. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for joining this service. ありがとう。おめでとう for the graduate. Recently, I have attending the graduate ceremony twice at UH field in Kapolei. One thing I have never witnessed in Japan is the overwhelming attendance of the family members, relatives, friends, and other people. For about 400 or 600 graduates, maybe more than 5 to 10 times of the number showed up to celebrate the graduation. It sure is a stream of people moving like a river. At one point, we witnessed a firing of missiles and shooting guns and cannons from a battleship in Spain and sending a message to his son, the officer of the battleship. I wonder it could happen in Japan. Impossible. But that's the way how they celebrate graduation. When I witnessed the waves of people in the celebration of gratitude, I also felt the presence of Mitama Spirits, Mitama soul, of the family members, Just imagine each person in the crowd would be related to how many ancestors. They must also show up to celebrate each individual growth from high school to school, as Mitama Spirits. One person grows up to a point of graduation, maybe 70 or 80 years old. How many people are getting involved in rearing, in taking care of, and helping them to grow up? Just one person. It could be a true one child born, the whole village is involved, they say, in the United States. It's not true. I always remember a message given by the first Konko-sama, Kagami-taro Konko, when we are on my way to Hawaii, missionary work 46 years ago. Konko-sama showed us the message, Inochi no shin no hataraki. Inochi means life. Shimi means core. Hataraki means function. Core, vital function of any living thing. It showed living trees in the yard. Trees have roots, trunk, and leaves. A living creature. The roots takes up water, nutrient from the root function. They send up to all the to the point of leaves and so on. At the same time, leaves make nutrients by the light, the warm sunlight sent to the roots. This is the function inochi no shin no hataraki. If root does not function at all, there are no trees, no leaves on trees, no function. The function is おめでとうございます。ありがとうございます。The same function is found in any living things. We say when a baby is born, おめでとうございます。They say, ありがとう、おめでとう、ありがとう。The same thing can be happen during graduation. People grow up. Before the wedding ceremony. At any point of growth in our life, the exchange, this inochi no shin no hataraki. Omedetou, omedetou. Just think, if we have this function, omedetou arigato, if one person bread, I don't care. But we are given that function, celebrated by Kami-sama. Omedetou. If we keep on going this function, we can keep living. At some point, people encounter difficulty, they cannot find the way to thank you, arigato. They could be depressed. Then they will exchange greeting gratitude. Their life could maybe end. So this is the inochi no shin no hataraki, life for supporting function. So when we say arigatou gozaimasu today, omedetou today, keep that function from that point on. This is called inochi no shin no hataraki. Konnichi mane no. I've spent 46 years in Hawaii at this place, one place. I still remember when I first stepped into the room, I turned on the light, and he started sitting over here, extend my thanks for the day I could spend. I keep on saying this every single day. 46 years. At one point we say, oh, I cannot keep this life. Then the life, konnichiwa no day could be stopped. 命が死ぬ働きcould be stopped and would be returned to Japan. I'm not sure. But I'm grateful I've been able to keep on this function of 命の真の働きがそう今日までの Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
ご大臣天地金の神神に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼めい。南金剛大臣天地金の神神に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼めい。
The biography. Page 122. Second from ask these questions.
お長い、書いてん
As these lessons were being taught, the watchful eyes of authority figures continued to test Konko Daijin and those who followed his faith. At that time, a law enforcement system was being established by the new government, which led to local police stations, branch offices, and police boxes being placed in quick succession throughout the area. By June 1876, 5 police branch offices were opened and 40 police boxes placed in Okinawan Prefecture alone. A few months later, on October 16, 1876, 2 policemen from Kamogata village came to his worship hall, carrying knife sticks and behaving in a rather high-handed manner. They asked various questions about Kami. They may have come to inspect his activities but left after making only a few inquiries. On October 23rd, 2 other policemen from Kamogata village came to the worship hall, asking the same questions as the previous officers. Konko Daijin explained to them the earlier negotiations with the Oda Prefectural Office. The officers replied the Oda Prefectural Office no longer existed after the system had changed. They know that under the new regulations, those who pray to a kami should not wear white clothing like doctors, and pointed to some faults in Konko Daijin's worship. Wearing only a white kimono, his appearance was similar to that of doctors, so the officers warned him not to offer medical services. In response, he wore clothing to minimize attention to himself. Kiyomi Konko Daijin then removed the lanterns, offerings, and an offertory box from the worship hall.
この金光大神寺 youngest daughter, we call these
incidents,
nothing.
noting.
Nothing. At that time, policemen came to see Konko Daijin and were saying something. Konko Daijin was listening to them with his hands on the floor and his head bowed. Although I was a young girl, I remember feeling hatred toward those policemen and glaring at them while hiding behind a pillar.
As a result of the changing situation, people around Konko Daijin decided to petition to permit him to continue his religious activities. On October 19, 1876, they submitted a petition to the Okayama prefectural government in the name of Konko Daijin. The request was entitled Petition Regarding Shinto Education and read, I have not conducted any religious activities since my status as a Shinto priest was terminated. When I was a priest, I especially venerated Amaterasu Omikami and had been teaching the following. Conduct yourself morally, respect kami and love your country, look up to every kami, obey the rules of the country, do not engage in wrongdoings, have a sincere heart and have faith. You will then certainly receive kami's blessings and be saved from troubles. Even now, although I am no longer a priest, people still come and look up to me. I believe I will be of benefit if I provide education on faith as mentioned above. I will not behave in a manner to be confused with a Buddhist monk or Shinto priest, nor greedily collect money. Therefore, I ask for your permission to educate people about faith.
In response to the petition, the Okayama Prefectural Office issued a certificate on October 28th, which allowed Konko Daijin to share his personal belief, but not to provide religious education.
In the petition, the followers said that Konko Daijin worship Amaterasu Omikami and prayed and followed the policy of respect kami and love the country because they felt those statements were necessary to get the permission they sought. These statements may have also been inserted in an effort to please kami. However, they did not coincide with kami's wish, and kami would express displeasure for their lack of insight.
On October 28, two policemen came again to the worship hall. They ordered Konko Daijin not to accept any money or other offerings and simply pray for people without compensation. Should he not comply, Konko Daijin would be bound and taken to the police station. His concerned family advised that he made preparations to go to the police station in the event he was summoned.
On October 31st, Konko Daijin prayed to Kami regarding this matter. Kami then revealed, you can be at ease on November 3rd. You will be able to conduct the service on November 7th. There will be nothing to be concerned about for the remainder of the year.
In the early morning of December 6th, Kami revealed, you may offer the things that followers bring, but do not accept any money.
On December 26th, Kami revealed through the divine reminder to Oshiro Araki, village head of Sagasa village and Naozo Kawata of Ani village, who is an influential person, and asked him about distributing the divine reminder.
On February 12, 1877, Kami will wait until
1880.
to feel at least 3 days later, police officer came saying, we have come 3 or 4 times already, and an officer from Kamoga and Tamashima village came before that. All have ordered you to stop your religious activities, but you have not stopped. Then they ordered Konko Daijin not to pray anymore, and that he should prepare to be taken to the police station on that day. Right.
Good morning. ただいまから歌を4つ歌わせていただきます。We're going to sing 4 songs. Page 57、真珠の栄光からです。よろしくお願いします。
married in 1946.
With a heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear, so in my heart. Still I know, even one as small as I can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light flowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just knowing each day that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, swinging arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light flowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. ありがとうございました。Please have your seat. ありがとうございました。Thank you very much. See you next time. Take care.
Yami Konko Daijin Tenchi Hari no Kami Shimi no Okage wa Kokoro ni Ari Kongetsu
今日で頼め。沖縄に金光大臣天地金の神し願い。おかげは心にあり、今月今日で頼め。
ありがとうございました。
Thank you for joining us today. Quick announcement on Monday, May 29 is Memorial Day. So we'll be going to Punch Bowl, National Cemetery of the Pacific. And we'll meet at 8 o'clock a.m. at the Konko Mission of Honolulu. So if you want to join us, we'll be visiting maybe close to 40 graves at Punch Bowl. It's like we go to each grave and we offer a prayer. It's like a grave hike. So if you want to come, please bring. Yeah, it's gonna take about 2 hours. So if you want to join us, it's a very good experience. Thank you. Have a good week.